Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, of course. That's the concept behind Numbsters, an 18-card game by Milan Zivkovic and published by Button Shy. It's for a single player, ages 8 and up, and it should take about 10 minutes to play. So let's talk about the art that's used in this game. All of the illustrations are by Luke Flowers, and they're these cartoonish monsters. I mean, they're number monsters. Numbsters. Get it? I love that the 8 card is outlined in pink, and it makes it immediately distinct from all of the other Numbsters. So why is it important that the 8 card is different? That leads us into the mechanics of the game. To play, you start by shuffling together 6 of the regular number cards, plus the 8. Now you have a hand, or a stack, of 7 cards, with the 8 somewhere in the middle. Every turn has 3 steps. First, draw a card and add it to the top of the stack. Then either move 1 card within the stack or swap the positions of 2 cards. Then, 1 Numbster must eat another, and you discard the eaten number. The eater and the number to be eaten flank the 8 card, which is called the mouth. There are 2 ways that eating can work. Basic eating means 2 sequential numbers, with the 8 position between them, and the smaller eats the larger. Remember, 7, 8, 9. Or you can use the special eating rule that's specified on the top card of the stack. The mouth still has to be directly between the Numbster being eaten and the Numbster doing the eating. If you use the top card's special eating rule, you then move that card to the bottom of the stack. Once the deck is empty, keep taking turns of moving a card within the stack and eating. The game ends either when nothing can be eaten, or when the mouth is on top of the stack at the end of the eating phase. There's only one way to win, and that's to have the stack down to a single Numbster on top of the 8. So let's talk about what I expected from this game. I am a huge fan of Button Shy and a huge fan of solo games. So Button Shy solo games, you've already got my interest. This one looks like it's for kids, which is fairly unusual for Button Shy. Most of their stuff tends to swing a little bit older. But there's more to it than that, so let's talk about what surprised me. We finally have a solo game from Button Shy that pretty much just plays in your hands. Most of their games, especially their solo games, require a lot of table space. Think Sprawlopolis or Unsurmountable or even Rove. You are laying out cards, you're manipulating them around on the table, and so it's really not portable once you start playing. This game, on the other hand, has a draw pile, a discard pile, and cards in your hand. And that's it. For kids who have trouble manipulating the cards, the rules do also suggest a way to play it laid out in a row on the table, but that wasn't really an issue for me, nor was it an issue for my kids. What was an issue for me was how hard it was to remember the basic eating rule, until I could remind myself that it's 7, 8, 9, the smaller number, 8, the larger number, every single time. I was a little surprised at how hard this game is to win. I won almost the first time I played it, which gave me confidence, and I haven't managed to win the game again. I think there's a lot of luck to how the cards show up in your hand, and then you have to make really consistent decisions about where you're moving the cards and how you're moving towards an ending. I would recommend Numbsters for solo gamers who want something compact and fast. This is a perfect game for me to play in the car waiting for my kids in the pickup line or at my son's baseball game. It's definitely appropriate for kids as well. The age range of 8+ seems just about right. They might like playing this in the car, like when you're traveling. I find it super great to have on hand, just to stick it in a pocket or a purse and pull it out when I've got a few minutes to kill and I don't feel like talking to people, which is not all the time. It's not a perfect game. As I mentioned, it's actually quite difficult because it's hard to mitigate your bad luck through shuffling. And if you make a single bad choice early on, it's going to have ripple effects and make the whole game harder for you, which you might not realize till the end. That said, I think I'm going to rate Numbsters 4.5 monsters out of 5. And that's Numbsters in a snap.
Did you know that the Family Gamers has a weekly podcast? Oh, and over 500 reviews on our website. Check it out at thefamilygamers.com.